I'll share my screen. Okay. So in this topic, remote in GitHub, how do I share my changes with with others on the web? How can I use the Git to post a commit to a GitHub repo? How can I use Git to clone a private to a GitHub repo? So basically, yeah, maybe you get confused. Like you have Git add, you have Git commit, you have Git push now. So to make it simpler, I just gonna show you some maybe like a meme here. So imagine Git add is like where you board the passenger, and then Git commit like okay, all the passenger already go into the plane, and then Git push is where you send the local repo to the GitHub repo or the remote repo. So if you just git commit and git push and you forget to git add, it means like you commit in the empty file. That's it, and you send it to the GitHub repo. So I hope, yeah, this can make you clear what is the difference with git add, git push, and git commit. So let's start. So you already have the account, the GitHub account. You can create new repository by clicking this plus button. So in here, you can click the button here, create new and new repository. You can give the name, same. For example, this one, you choose planets. So we will create planets on the GitHub repository. Yep. And then make sure to keep it public and don't add the README file because we will add this later on for testing. And yeah, you can create repo. Also make sure that public and private there's a difference. The public, like everyone can see it. And then the private repo is where you store the code, other people cannot see it. Yeah, but I think private you need to pay unless you're using GitHub student account or developer pack. So make sure to carefully manage your project. If the code is sensitive, make sure you put it on the private repo. If it's not that sensitive, for example, this one like just for testing, just make it public. And then, yep, we just create a repo by clicking this one, create repository. Now we have how to set up, quick setup. So, yep, this one. So basically, when we create the planets, it's the same step in the git command that we just did earlier. It's similar to mkdir planets cd and git init. So basically, we already have this one. But the problem is, in our local repo, we already store several tags. For example, the Mars, Venus text file in the staging area and the local repo, if you remember. But in the remote repo in the GitHub, it's still empty because you just like did the git init. That's it. That's the step, right? And then now you can tick on the SSH rather than the HTTP because you are connecting from the command line. So in this one, you can click the SSH. You can try HTTP and see the SSH. If it's not with git at github.com, then it's already correct. You can just copy paste this one. And then you can add this command in your command line, git remote at origin with this link. So Make sure you are on the correct directory. Yep, have this, and we can git remote at origin. And then copy the link that we have here. Yep. Yeah, make sure to use the URL for your repo. Don't copy paste this one. Make sure you just copy it, the one that you have on the GitHub. And you can execute this command to check the command is it working properly or not by executing git remote -v. Yep, it's there. And we go to the next one, authentication. So SSH require key in order to connect. So in this step, we will construct the key and then connect with the GitHub account on the web page. So you can try with this command to check if you already create the key or not. Yep, it seems I don't have any key yet. Some of you might have this error. So we can create the SSH keygen. So make sure this is you put your email. You can use either this one, this command, to create the ED private or public key, or with the RSA one. I've tried last night for this command, it works. Yeah, but it's up to you, you can try either of it. So let's try, I want to create this one. So first, what we did is we generating the private key and public key. And type your email here. Yeah, and just hit enter. And then you will create the public and the private key. You can check again with this command. Oops, what happened? Oh, hold on. So they asking like enter file in which to save the key. So this is the preferred. They already create the key here. We just need to type enter. Don't need to change any of the path. Hit enter, and we just leave the fast phrase empty. It's fine because later on we will connect manually with the SSH. So we just leave it empty. Just hit enter. Hit enter. That's it. You will have the private key and the public key ready. How to check is you execute this command, the previous command, the ls-al tilde ssh. If you have found these two things, it means your private and public key already registered. This is the private key, and the one ending with .pub is the public key. So anyone have any issue for generating the key? No issues? Okay, good. And yeah, that's it to create. No such file or directory. Oh, you can try to leave it empty. I think you can just recreate from the beginning and just hit enter, 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 and enter. If anyone have any issue, similar issue like Amber, can you repeat the step and try again? So the key is on with this command. So you can check. So if the key is generated correctly, it will be stored there. You'll have like ID underscore ed. It start from that one. Yeah. So it's fine if it's not the directory is not there. It's fine. When you create the key pair, it will automatically create it. If you see, create a directory. So if you just hit enter and enter, they will create a directory automatically. And just hit enter, enter. Yeah. And if you type the same command to check the SSH, they will automatically create there. So it will create where it will automatically create a directory. So Ember and Cameron, are you able to create the key already? Yes. Okay, all good. Then I'll close this one. Okay. So you already have the two of the key, and we can proceed to the next step. So this one already done. Now we can check the key by using cat. Remember to check only the public key. The private key, we just leave it there because private key we don't share to anyone. Just leave it on the machine. We just give the public key later on to the GitHub. So mine is ID. So make sure you put the pub. Yep, and you will see this string. So this string later on you will be used to connect with the GitHub page. And now we do the SSH like this. Just copy exactly the same. And if they're asking, just say yes. Yep, we get an error here. Permission denied. We don't have the public key. So that way, oh, sorry. I think I missed a step. So you need to copy the string that I gave it previously. So you can use cat. Okay, I just make it clear. After you cat the public key, you need to put the public key first. So make sure you copy until the end of your email. And then you open your GitHub account. This one, you can click on your profile. You go to settings. And then there's a tab called SSH and GPG keys. Click on that. And new SSH key. Title you can give for planets key. And then we copy all the key here. Okay, and we click add SSH key. Yep, mine I have 2FA. So if you don't have 2FA, it should be good. Yep, I've added my key here. And let's try again. You try to SSH again. Yep, now if you see my username, the one that registered on my GitHub page, already connected. and they said you have successfully authenticated. So anyone good with this step? Authentication. Yeah, because you want to authenticate between your account on the GitHub and the one in your terminal. All good with registering the key authentication? Okay, so now it's time to push the changes that we have done previously. So we need to now we will push local changes to a remote repository. So what you need to do is git push origin main. You don't need to use the proxy, any of the proxy. So what we do here is from our text, all of our text and our updated in our local repository. We just git push origin, which means you push all the repo to the remote repo, which means the GitHub. Let's have a try. Make sure you're in the correct directory. Yep, yeah, it's already done. Now, if you check, it should be already there. So we have planets here. Yep, we have all our committed repo already sent to the GitHub repo. Now to make it like it's sync, if it's already synced properly or not, we can do the git pull. The git pull command is git pull origin main. So this way, you can take what you already stored on the remote repo. You just take everything from there, from this one, from the remote repo. We take it back to our local repo to make sure it syncs between two of them. Yeah, and it said it's already up to date. And yeah, this is the we want to try to add some README, but we want to add it on the GitHub and see what happened. If you see there's like this one, just click add a README and GitHub will automatically create a README. Just commit the changes. Well, we do this not on the local, okay? We did it on the web page. And commit to the main branch. Yep. Now we have a README, but we create this on the remote repo instead of the local one. How can you get the same information? Yep. Uploading file, yeah, post commit. When we post the changes, we're entering with the remote repo, like I said before. Commit only updates to your local. Now, after we add, we can try to git pull origin main in our local repo and see what happened. Because we already add new file on the remote, but not on the local. Now, if we git pull origin main, and if we ls, now the README is already there. So it's already synced with the remote repo after we pull. We can try to cat README. Yeah, and it have the same text there. And if you have any conflict, you can put this comment. But yeah, if there's no issue, just git pull origin. It should be enough. What happened if you pull while having different? Yes, it will override the local. Yep, that's correct. That's why you need to be careful when pulling and pushing. And if it's like you collaborating, I think it will be discussed later. You need to create like brands and merging. It's sort of like the advance of the GitHub. But in this example, yes, if you pull, for example, you change the mars.txt on the web page, but you also change it on the local. If you pull, then the remote repo will come to your local. But if you push your local without committing the web page, the local, if you push the local, it will sync to the remote repo. Pushing works same the way. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. If you did the pulling one, it means the GitHub override everything's on the local. Is it clear, JC? Yes. Okay. Yep. So git push copy changes from a local. Oh, yeah. This is, I think, it's a good explanation too. If you want to see the recap, git push copies changes from a local repo to a remote repo, which is GitHub. Git pull copy changes from a remote repo, which is GitHub, to our local repo. Yeah. I think that's it. How to connect the remote repo. The next one will be taught by Fahad. But yeah, this one is almost the same. But the difference is this one you're connecting with the Satonics, and it's depend on your project. If you have Satonics, you can connect. But if you don't have the Satonics, you have Nimbus allocation, then there will be a different things to connect with GitHub.